Jaron Boots Ennis is coming, people. The welterweight division is being put on notice for the possible future champion. It is time for the welterweights to take note of this fighter. It is becoming clear who may be the heir apparent. Let's talk. Jaron Ennis is getting antsy, people. He is waiting patiently, but patience is running out. He's been sitting on the sideline waiting for his turn at the welterweight championship. And I believe that he is destined to be a champion in the near future. Make no mind of who's the current champion. This man has the type of talent where he can topple whoever happens to hold the title at the top. Yes, he's that good. Yes, he's that exciting to look at. And yes, the rest of the division realizes this talent. No one is chomping at the bit to give him a chance. No one is anxious to sign on the dotted line. But he hopes his next fight will be a test for his career. At the age of 25, this contender from Philly had an interview recently, according to Boxing Scene, about whom he may plan to fight next. One is Keith Thurman, who's 33 and a long-time fighter campaigning in the welterweight division. They're stating that the other is Stanionis, who, just like Jaron, is thought to be one of the better up-and-coming contenders at 147. Stanionis is 27 years old, has a record of 14-0 with 9 KOs, and he just recently had a brutal fight in April against Radzab Batuev. Now, that fight told me a lot about Stanionis and what his future may look like. He's not a guy that's going to be easily deterred just because you're strong or pack a solid punch. Stanionis seems to be a man of substance. Skills may be a different thing, but sometimes when you have someone who is capable of hanging around, because fights are scheduled from 1 to 12 in the championship bouts, he very well may out-endure and last certain individuals. I don't believe that Boots Ennis is one of those, but you have to take note of a fighter like Stanionis. Now, with his record of 29-0 with 27 KOs, Ennis has shown us already. Not only is he great with both the left and the right, he can also fight from orthodox to southpaw, sometimes changing in mid-combination. His footwork is excellent. His balance is damn excellent as well. He's the type of fighter that can cause problems for one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and even three-dimensional fighters. One of the things that people don't take note of is his brutal body punching. He has excellent placement on his shots to the body. And if he catches you about the head, he can knock you off balance because he packs more power with the speed that he has than people realize. For me, I should be back in the ring by October or November, Ennis told the boxing voice. I don't know, probably against Keith Thurman or Stanionis. I don't know, I don't really care, he says. If it ain't Earl Spence or Bud, it's probably Keith Thurman or Stanionis. Anybody in the top 5, right there, or anyone with a belt. I really don't care who it is. These are words spoken by a young and confident contender who, like I said, has been patiently awaiting his opportunity. The patience is growing thin. There has been no news on what may be happening at the top of the division between Spence and Crawford. And some are beginning to think that that may not come off. Spence's agenda was to win the undisputed title and then move up to 154. If that isn't in the cards for him, there are options on the table for him to take a different opponent. But would he be willing to take on Ennis? That would be very interesting. The thing about it is, Ennis has time. Spence is starting to outgrow the division. And it's understandable that the work he puts in to make weight, 1, maybe 2 fights left in this division is all that's there for him before moving on. But Ennis, the world is his oyster, and I would love to see him against any of the contenders that are there. We've already mentioned Thurman, Stanionis. How about the likes of Virgil Ortiz? How about the likes of Butayev? There are fighters there that Ennis can clean the clock up, and it'll be exciting to see him do these things. But it's going to be difficult to get these other fighters in the ring. In this present day and time, most fighters are not looking to challenge themselves, to test their mettle, to see how very good they are or are not. Ennis has shown us diversity. The one thing we haven't seen is whether or not he has a great chin. But typically fighters with his type of talent, that doesn't come until down the line, when another equally as talented fighter is able to test that mettle. As far as Thurman has gone, he has waited too long in the sport, and the young movement has caught up. If Thurman was to take on Ennis, it would probably be a cash-out fight for him, as he's demanding a boatload of cash. But Ennis doesn't even care about that. He remarked, I don't think he has anything to give me problems about Thurman. And we do have to question Thurman's desire. The other thing about Ennis is this: longevity. How long will he campaign at welterweight? He has the body frame of a middleweight, and he may be following up behind Crawford and Spence, going higher in the divisions, just a year away behind them. I can't wait to see what happens with this young man. Let's talk about it. What do you think is next for Jerron Boots Ennis, and how excited are you to see him campaign for the championship at 147? Leave your thoughts and let's discuss. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you thought about this video. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone, please remain safe.